and Rabbi from the Pardes Institute shared a lesson on this week's Torah portion, which included a Peanuts cartoon. In it, Charlie Brown and Lucy are having a talk about baseball. Lucy says to Charlie Brown, "Sorry I missed that easy fly ball, manager. I thought I had it, but suddenly remembered all the others I've missed. The past got in my eyes." In this week's Torah portion, Vayishlach, Rabbis Minin and Kraut explain how the past got in the eyes of our protagonist, Jacob. In the story, Jacob is coming home to the land of Israel. He is bringing his family and his flocks, and he has been away for 20 years. When he left as a youth, he was running away from home with his brother Esau out to kill him. Now he's returning home with his large family and all of his wealth, and he knows he's going to see his estranged brother again. He is anxious. The Torah says that Jacob sends messengers ahead to bring gifts to Esau. And the messengers return and say, "Esau himself is coming to greet you, and he's bringing with him 400 armed men." Jacob is very frightened and distressed, the Torah says. Our commentators explain Jacob's anxiety. The Torah says he was very frightened and distressed. That's certainly superfluous language. If he was frightened, he was distressed. If he was distressed, he was frightened. So why the doubling? Rashi explains he was frightened of being killed, and he was very distressed that he might have to kill in order to protect his family. Jacob arranges his family into 2 different camps across a river so that they can scatter and escape if things go badly. He also prayed to God for help. In other words, he hoped for the best, but prepared for the worst. According to Don Isaac Abarvanel, the messengers, who have no past history with Esau and do not know anything of the conflict between the brothers, believe that the 400 armed men are an honor guard coming to celebrate and protect Jacob. They have no past to get in their eyes. They think that Esau is, of course, coming out of love to greet his brother. However, Abarvanel continues, Jacob, who knew the truth, was not convinced. Knowing the past, Jacob assumes that Esau is coming with soldiers to kill him and his family and loot all that is his. The Shadal, Rabbi Samuel David Luzado, has a different take on this event. Yes, the messengers thought that Esau was coming to honor his brother, and yes, Jacob was afraid because of the past. But that did not mean that Jacob's assumptions were true. Perhaps the messengers were right. After all, 20 years have passed. Esau and Jacob are not feuding adolescents anymore, and everyone has grown up and started families. Why would you assume the worst of Esau just because of a fight you had as kids a long time ago? If you know the story, then you know the second opinion turns out to be right. Esau and Jacob meet, embrace, and Jacob says, "Seeing your face is like seeing the face of God." But the point is that the messengers, who are unencumbered by the past and the childhood history, assume that the soldiers Esau is bringing with him are an honor guard, and Jacob, who knew the past very well, assumed that the soldiers are coming to kill him. We too see current events through our experience, for better and worse. Sometimes past knowledge is helpful, and we benefit from the wisdom of experience, and sometimes we are caught in a detrimental time loop, assuming things can never change. Our baggage hinders us, and we need to learn to see things anew. To what extent does your past help or hinder you when you are dealing with issues today? Is the armed person in uniform coming over the hill coming to help or hurt? What assumptions do we make? How can we learn from the past, but also be able to let it go when appropriate? There's a wonderful Israeli song called Ani Va'atai by Arik Einstein. It feels like a song about being young and hopeful, unencumbered by the past. The person who is singing is not cynical, at least not yet. Some of you may say it's naive, and some may say it's inspiring. So how does it affect you? Its lyrics are, Ani va'ata nishane et ha'olam, Ani va'ata az yava'u kvar kulam, Amru et ze kodem lefanai ze lo mishaneh, Ani va'ata nishane et ha'olam. Me and you will change the world. Me and you, then all others will come. It was already said before, it doesn't matter. Me and you will change the world. So let's vote. Naive or inspiring? Naive? Inspiring. We'll see. Today, when the world might feel very uncertain, let's make sure the past has a vote, but not a veto. That we learn from the past, but are not trapped by it. Let's not fall victim to the endless cynicism of the disappointed. Instead, let's risk having some faith, pray for happy surprises, and humbly admit we are still learning and the end is not yet written. Shabbat Shalom.